All right, David in Chicago.
Oh, hi, Mom.
You're on.
You're on.
Okay, cool. There's an echo, so I'm just going to ask my question and then just get off the air and let you guys answer it if that's all right.
Great,
Okay.
thanks.
Okay, my question's for Gene, but man, if you want to get in here too, you can a little bit.
Who's Gene?
On the beginning of the show, you guys talked about the Proposition 8 in California.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard, I think it was like on Fox News or MSNBC that they were already expecting an appeal and it would most likely go to the Supreme Court. And obviously I know that what you guys would want to happen if it went to the Supreme Court, but what do you think what will happen if it goes to the Supreme Court?
Okay.
That's my question.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, David.
What I think will happen is that obviously it's going to the Ninth Circuit.
Yep.
And I think the Ninth Circuit will uphold the ruling because from what I've seen of it so far, it's legally sound. And I am not convinced that the Supreme Court is going to hear the case. So the Supreme Court may let the Ninth Circuit's ruling stand.
Yeah. I can't, I'm not a legal expert, no matter how much, First Amendment law I end up reading, it doesn't help. Increase my credibility. I'm just a guy, so I'm giving you my best guess. I agree with Jen. I think the Ninth Circuit will uphold it. I don't think that the Supreme Court will touch it, but I think if they do, this is going to be one of the most interesting cases in the history of the world, because I don't see how they could possibly overturn it.
Yeah.
And this is why I think they won't touch it. In order for them to touch it and uphold the Ninth Circuit Court, you're going to have some of the most conservative and conservatively praised justices on the Supreme Court. One of them is going to have to do something that comes unexpected to the base. Mm-hmm. It may, shockingly, as much as I despise him, it may actually be Scalia. Yeah. I haven't seen him talk too much about same-sex marriage, and it's one of the reasons why I suspect that might be. I could be way wrong. I could just be like optimistically dreaming here, but honestly, I don't think they'll touch it. I think the Ninth Circuit will uphold it and it'll stand.
And I do think it very much depends on how the Ninth Circuit words its ruling. Because if they, there's a couple of ways they can do this. They can say, okay, we're going to uphold this, but it only applies to California. Or they can say, yeah, we're going to uphold this and it's unconstitutional and it applies everywhere in the jurisdiction of the Ninth Circuit, which has much broader implications there. So, I think whether or not the Supreme Court takes it depends on how the Ninth Circuit words their ruling.
Yeah, I think the only possible exception, and I haven't read the whole decision, and I don't know what the Ninth Circuit's going to say, so this may have already been covered. I just don't know if it's been covered enough. They might try to do it as a states' rights issue, which muddies the playing field quite a bit, because you have this other issue of if you're married in one state, are you married in all states? Mm-hmm. And that's one of the reasons I think they won't touch it, but I don't know.
Yep.
Just wild-ass guesses about what the Supreme Court may or may not do.